second, all you hear is swish. My motivation is to keep all the haters pissed. It's the anticipation, the way the crowd just sound. And I ain't talking home court when I'm stomping ground. The stomach hurt, oh Lord, my Lancer. I'm gassed up in LA down to Atlanta.
Top and all they haters wanna see a nigga fall, but I'm not, cause I'm a champion. Tell them I'm a champion. And you don't wanna put, ain't no way that I'm stopping. Never be in the game for a quarter straight shots, and I'm a champion. Tell them I'm a champion.
And good night. We are here again for another wonderful night here on Hope for Tomorrow Radio. Have you here with us tonight for our listeners and our viewers, and big thanks also to Wendy Lovejoy for giving us this forum for us to elevate and speak our minds. And this program is to empower deported migrants. This is Hope for Tomorrow Radio. I'm your host, Ricardo Stevenson. It's always a pleasure here to be with you every Monday from 7 to 9. And as you know, that this program is here, that we use this forum to elevate deported migrants, to show them the direction they can go in, develop their skill sets through educational programs that we have here at Hope for Tomorrow, and also give them sound advice, inspiration, point them in the right direction, and the skills that they have also we can show them how to enhance it. I know the struggles of being a deported migrant. I am one myself. I was deported going on over 10 years now, and it's been very difficult at times. You face those days where you just don't know what to do. You seem to be slumped under all the pressure. You have your moments where you're just kind of face to face with calamity, it seems like, and you're wondering where you're going to find a way up or a notch up. And then you have your good days where you're vibrant, you're bright, you feel good, and you're energetic. And such is the cycle of life. It's the ups and downs. But you know, I was in America for my whole life. I left Jamaica when I was 3 years old. And when I came back, I was 26. So it was very difficult. I grew up in one place my whole life. I didn't even know how to speak Patois when I came back to the island. And imagine being deported, dropped off at the airport with your luggage, your bag from prison, and basically about $17 US. So I know the struggles a lot of our deported migrants face coming back in the country, starting from scratch. And it was very difficult. And there's some days it still is very difficult, and you wonder what to do, where to turn, because you're facing this culture shock and you've been stigmatized, and you're wondering what you're going to do. And sometimes you're even looking for a way out, even a way in, to where you can see yourself doing something better. Well, I'm here to tell you, don't give up. There is hope, there is direction, and through the grace of God, there is love and mercy there that you can find. But when I got deported and I came out here, standing at the airport with my brown paper bag and $17 US in my hand, I realized that my life had really sunken to a different level. And I knew that my situation had changed and that my life would never be the same again forever. I fought it in my heart and in my mind to try to, what I would say, come to terms with it, because I realized now that my life was on a different level and that what I was used to would no longer exist. What I had in the former has been replaced with something else. And I have to be determined from this point forward in order to make it, that I would have to be the solution and that I wouldn't be the problem or question what's going on. But I had to be strong for me and become my solution to the way out of this circumstance that I had fell in. And there's a lot of young people that have been deported. There's people in their 40s and 50s and 60s that are getting deported. So in one relation, no matter what the age group, we all have something in common. we all have something in common, and I think we all need to think about that just for a brief moment, that once you've been deported, regardless of the age group, you've been categorized already and grouped into a circle of people that you can connect with, that there is no generation gap to it, if you understand what I'm saying. Once you've been deported, whether you're 60 or 50 or 20 or 30, there's something you have in common that you both can relate to. And I found out that for me, going through this process and getting to where I am now, it took great strides. I remember that I didn't have a roof over my head for a period of time, and I was staying with a friend. And through the mercy of God, I was able to, you know, get a little part-time work, get a little hustle and a juggle here and there, and I built my way up. Fortunately for me, I had some family that cared enough that, you know, sent me a couple of dollars, and I incorporated that with the money I already had. Was able to pull myself out of a situation on Chisholm Avenue where I was at, and big up to Chisholm Avenue, that's my home. Was able to basically make this transition to where I am today. And I thought that, you know, it took a lot out of me to reach to that point. It wasn't a giving, but it took determination. It took me fighting all with every fiber of my being to get to where I am now. And I got involved with Hope for Tomorrow through my church, and Minister Wendy Lovejoy and my Bishop Hines had connected, and through Billy Williams, I was very fortunate to know who was a member of my church as well. And through that relationship with my bishop and getting to know Minister Wendy Lovejoy, she was the one that offered me this opportunity to do radio. I had no clue or no idea what the future would hold for me. I only heard that, you know, my bishop was going to try to start to get in touch with somebody who was starting a program for deported migrants, and she thought that it could really help me. And, you know, you go through the ups and downs with those things, because before I even, you know, got to know Minister Lovejoy and got to be a part of Hope for Tomorrow, you know, I seen the promises of other, you know, people with programs coming down here promising you stuff, then they go away and nothing happens. Excuse me. I saw the detriment of what being deported is, not being able to get work, not having a place to stay, the struggles of finding food, friends that had to go to shelters, others that turned to crime, others that fell along the wayside. I saw all of that in my process and my trials and tribulations going up through Chisholm, from staying with my uncle to being on the street to living with a friend behind his house. He had a little board up home back there, and I was staying in there. But I used it as a launching pad, because I just wanted not to be on the street. And once I was offered somewhere to live and I had a stable footing, you know, I was able to get a work through a lady named Miss Powell, God bless her, she passed away. Had a friend named Marie Psalms, who ran a record shop, Bebop Records, in Tropical Plaza in the Halfway Tree area, where I first got my first work. And I was able to basically help in the record shop sell music, you know, and, you know, keep the store clean, cashier work, sales and merchandise, all of that I did. And I used that as my stepping stone to move on to other things, to when I got into the DVDs and CDs, and to when we evolved into getting into the studio work. And that's where I had basically rest my hat on, and with family finally coming through, because it wasn't easy. There's a lot of us that get deported and are not able to, at whatever point in time, be able to basically have the opportunity to really get certain people in their corner, or have that person in their corner, so to speak. I was fortunate to where I had a couple of people who were able to kind of open a door for me and connect with others for me, and gave me the opportunity to step forward in that light, to where I was able to get a job and move forward. And I was so delighted when I had that, because you talk about a weight off your shoulders and a sigh of relief. I literally knew not how I was going to get money, where my food was going to come from, or how I was going to be able to eat. and I would just, was jamming at a friend's place behind his house, so I didn't really, know how long I was going to even be there. So getting a job at least gave me a bit of comfort knowing that, hey, I got a couple of dollars coming in. I can be able to get a home in eventually in a minute or two. So when that transpired, I was very, very delighted for that opportunity to reach to where I am now. And I just want to tell our listeners out there that no matter how strict, no matter how depressing, no matter how troubling the situation may seem, there is a way out of it. There is a place for you to go. There is a direction for you to follow. There is something for you waiting. And a lot of times, my brothers and sisters that are listening out there, I think that as soon as we get hit with that deportation and we're, falling on our face, so to speak, it's like we find it so hard to get back up. But if we were in America or somewhere else, we'd be running all through the streets making sure we find a way. Make sure you find a way down here as well. It's not over once we fall here. There is opportunities, there is hope, there is jobs, there is direction, there is doors that will open. And I think that we need those ways to really understand it. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Hope for Tomorrow Radio here on reggae2reggae.com.
Straight shots and I'm a champion. Tell them I'm a champion. Tell them I'm a champion. Saw a bird flew down this morning as if he's saying something to me. Sitting on the limb of a tree, giving me a sound of sweet melody.
This is the Uprising Rose Band, and I represent the reggae2reggae.com. Boom, shakalaka, boom, boom, boom. Sing, check out, I'm out. Trench down, you keep on rocking. Bang, bang, ding, bidong, bang, 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 trench down. You keep on rocking, yeah, the Uprising Rose. This is the Uprising Rose Band, and I represent reggae. Reggae to reggae, taking over the world. Reggae to reggae.
Yeah, this is Andy Livingston, the Living Roots, and right now you're tuned to Reggae to Reggae TV. Alright, now you don't know. Reggae to Reggae for the best in live reggae music, you know what I mean? Bless up. One love.
For the 1 second, all you hear is swish. My motivation is to keep all the haters pissed. It's the anticipation, the way the crowd just sound. And I ain't talking home court when I'm stomping ground. This stomach hurt, oh Lord, my Lancer. I'm gassed up in that lay down to Atlanta.
Top and all they haters wanna see a nigga fall, but I'm not, cause I'm a champion. Tell them I'm a champion. Come on, and you don't wanna.
And we're back. Hope for Tomorrow Radio here on reggae2reggae.com. Radio like you've never seen it. TV like you've never heard it. And we are so glad to be here back with you again on another beautiful Monday night here in the heart of Kingston, Jamaica. And we would like to share some information with our listeners and for other deported migrants out there. For those that are just maybe coming in or have been here a while and you don't have your birth certificate, I'm going to go over how you get your birth certificate, your TRN, NIS, and where to go to get your passport, and also for the shelters in case any for shelters for anybody that may be homeless or you're in between somewhere and you need some place to jam. I would like to give you that information. First, let me start off by starting with the birth certificates. If you do not have an original Jamaican birth certificate, you will need to go to the nearest Register General's department. There is one at Shop 26 through 27, Kingston Mall, Ocean Boulevard. That is in the downtown area. And they have their offices throughout Jamaica. All you will need to provide is the name of your mother and father and the place of your parish and birth. That's it. And with a small fee that goes along with that, you will be able to get your birth certificate within a few days. Tax registration number, your TRN. All you would need is your original birth certificate. And within that same area, in the Kingston Mall area, is the 12 on 12 Ocean Boulevard, the Kingston Mall area, or any inland revenue office. Basically any tax office. There's one in Crossroad, there's one in Constant Springs, there's one downtown. So all you would need to do is just bring your original birth certificate, the same one that you would get from the general registers. Basically all you're doing is just mother and father's name, parish of birth, and they're going to hunt it down for you. Once you get that in your hand now, one passport size picture, signed and stamped by the JP, complete the application for the TRN number. So you have your passport, your birth certificate and your TRN. For your NIS, which is the National Insurance Scheme, is a compulsory social security scheme which offers financial protection to workers and their families against loss of income arising from injuries at work, incapacity, retirement, and death of insured persons. So to obtain your NIS, you need your TRN card, complete the NIS application. Now this building is in a different area. It's on Ripon Road, and that's in the Kingston 18 area. It's the same Crossroad area, just not too far from the tax office, but just go to Ripon Road and you will get your NIS card issued once you fill out the paperwork, and that's all you need. You just fill out the paperwork and you get that sorted out. Now, to retrieve your passport, if you've arrived with an emergency travel documents, or if you gave your passport to immigration officials in the country from which you were deported, you can call or visit the Passport Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, P-I-C-A, a few weeks after you arrive to find out if you have the passport. If you return from the UK, your passport could very well have been sent to PICA from the Jamaica High Commission in London, so they would kind of already have that information on hand for you. Those arriving from the US, Canada, sometimes the paperwork don't follow you, or you may have that with you on hand. And if your passport has not been returned to PICA and has expired, then you can apply for a new one as normal from PICA. That's on 25 Constant Springs Road. Again, that's 25 Constant Springs Road, Kingston. And their telephone number is 754-4742. And all you have to do is fill out your passport application and give them any information that they need, and you will get that very, very quickly with all your paperwork in hand. Explain to them you're a deported migrant, you need to get your passport, and they will sort you out. That is not a guess, that is a definite, and it doesn't take long for that to transact or for it to happen. And for our listeners out there, let me just recap real quick before I give you the information on the shelters. To get your birth certificate again, Shop 26 through 27, the Kingston Mall area, Ocean Boulevard, and their phone number is 922-0036. So in case you want to call ahead to kind of check on where you're going, on what you're going to need to bring with you, or any information that can help with you getting, for them to, get up that paperwork for you quicker, you go to the Ocean Boulevard on the Kingston Mall, Shop 26 through 27, excuse me. And that's the General Registers Department, and they will be able to sort you out. The TRN is also on 12 Ocean Boulevard in the Kingston Mall area as well. So it's really not too far from each other where the birth certificate office is from where the TRN office is. And you just go right around the corner. And basically, you would fill out the paperwork needed. You have your birth certificate. It's a simple 1-2. Just have your birth certificate, fill out the paperwork, take a passport size picture with you. The NIS is the same. Bring your TRN, fill out the paperwork. They'll give you the number or the card the same day. And the passport retrieval, all you will need to do is go to PICA with any information necessary that you have on hand. Explain to them that you're a deported migrant, and they will issue you your passport. How about that? Now, the information for our deported migrants that may need shelters, I'd like to share that also with you, for areas where you may be able to go, that you can definitely find your shelter in. An Open Arms Drop-In Center at 16.5 Windward Road. That is Open Arms Drop-In Center, 16 and a half Windward Road. The phone number there is 938-1757. Again, the phone number there is 938-1757. And it is a drop-in day center for homeless men and women. They have residential facilities, including physical and mental health care. It houses up to 90 people, and residents are also involved in jobs sustaining centers where they teach you how to generate jobs in programs that they have there. So again, for the Open Arms Drop-In Center, 16 and a half Windward Road, Kingston 2, 938-1757. You can go there, get a meal during the day as well. We also continue to have our programs at 6 Road in Creston, the New Testament Church of God, which is Bishop by Reverend Hardy. And they're dealing with also down there the customer service training and IT training on computer skills. And for those that are interested, the 6 Road in Crescent, New Testament Church of God, that's on Bay Farm Road as you come off of Waltham. And they're teaching you from start to finish on how to be computer literate, IT, and also customer service training. So you're really getting very, what I would call a lot of tact and impactful information that will be able to help you to sort out yourself. So for those that are out there and you may be struggling to find your passport, TRN, NIS, birth certificate, all those 4 things are very key in Jamaica, because you're going to need that to basically, even if you're getting a job, opening a bank account, you're going to need your information. You're also going to need your voter's registration card, which is your ID. And once you have all your TRN, NIS, birth certificate, you bring out passport size pictures, type by JP, you go to the tax office, and you'll be able to get your national ID, which is also your voter registration ID. And that will be able to set you up. Now you have all your IDs and information. From there you can go on and get your driver's license. If you have any family overseas that want to send you any money, you have your information, can collect from Western Union for yourself, those type of things. I want to encourage our listeners that wherever you may be and if you're a deported migrant, right now this is your chance to shine and move forward. No matter what position you're in, no matter how you may feel, no matter what stress may be on your mind, this is your opportunity for you to step up and move forward. Gain the foothold that you need in life. Use these services if you need it. Don't be ashamed of your situation. It's actually a privilege and an honor. You're different. I know the culture shock may be a bit stiff at the time, but believe it or not, you're different and you're special. And your situation is very unique, and it also is an opportunity for you to grow, develop, learn, impart what you know, and receive and gain what you don't. And doors will be open to you. You will have the opportunity to make the best of your situation, and it's not a lost cause, and you're not a lost hope. And there is nothing that is too much that you won't be able to handle. This is a perfect situation for you to make the best out of it, and you're going to become more brilliant. You're going to be a star. You're going to be more focused, because it's going to take commitment to reach to the next level of where you want to go. And if you have that opportunity to make that step forward, take full advantage of it, because I think right now a lot of young people and older people, doesn't matter the age group, a lot of times I think people look at certain circumstances and don't see the opportunity within it. Opportunity is in every circumstance, whether good or bad. There's an opportunity for you to do something, to make a change, to make a difference, and for you to implore being different, being surrounded by those that aren't negative. So don't get yourself too caught up in certain things where you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. There is. Don't think that just because this happened, okay, I crash landed. No. There's ways to get it done. And we'll continue to let you guys know on how to be able to get your birth certificates, your TRN and NIS continually. I'll always make sure I have a portion of time in the show to give that information out there. Because believe it or not, we have deported migrants coming in every week. How about that? And when my co-host comes on the air as well in the next hour, we'll divulge into that as well. We also have a guest tonight here with us, Rohan Wilson, who is a gentleman who came through the roughness of the situation. He'll be on in the next hour as well after the Liaison Lounge, and we'll be talking to him on how he was able to get through his plight and to reach where he's at today, where he's a homeowner. He recently was sold his jewelry store business, and he's looking into other ventures as well. And I would like us to listen to his story and see what we can gain from it, and how the struggles he faced, and how you have to commit, to be able to find your way, to get to the next level. What do you have to commit to? How do you commit all yourself to it, and put your all into it, and gain what you need to gain, know what you need to know. The beauty of the situation is that what others look at as a negative, God can turn it into a positive. And what you may think is a detriment can wind up being a great positive and a gift to you. So there is as they say, every dark cloud has a silver lining. I just don't want you, as a returning resident, deported migrant, however you want to, place it, because, we're a bit delicate on, nobody likes being called a deportee, so to speak, So as a returning resident, deported migrant, don't feel like this is it for you. There is so much out there. There is so much worlds and worlds and worlds of possibilities left for you. And we're going to be getting into a lot of different aspects tonight about that. And I just want our listeners to know that you're here with somebody that believes in you and knows that this is the best thing for you. We're going to take a quick short break. We'll be right back with more Hope for Tomorrow Radio here on Reggae Today.
So my name is Melissa Merrick. I met Wendy Lovejoy several months ago at the Georgia RIA Conference Center. My husband and I have used Wendy's program for the Yellow Letters. It has helped our business really grow, which is Home Smart Directs. We have been able to increase our clientele base as well as connections throughout the real estate business. Anyone else that's looking to really enhance their business, to go ahead and try the Yellow Letter program by Wendy Lovejoy. Thank you.
Reggae to reggae, reggae to reggae, taking over the world.
From the bottom, but now I'm on top, and all they haters wanna see a nigga fall, but I'm not, 'cause I'm a champion. Tell 'em I'm a champion.
Saw a bird flew down this morning, as if he's saying something to me. Sitting on the limb of a tree.
So keep it tuned to reggae2reggae.com, and we'll have more for you. Keep it locked.
Never be in the game for a quarter straight shots, and I'm a champion. Tell 'em I'm a champion. Tell 'em I'm a champion.
It's fourth quarter, 1 second, all you hear is swish.
All right, we are back. Hope for Tomorrow Radio here on reggae2reggae.com. Radio like you've never seen it, TV like you've never heard it. This is a time of the show where I want to leave some inspirational quotes with you and for you guys just to take it in. There's a gentleman named Jimmy Valvano who died of cancer and has the Jimmy V Foundation. Made a very impassioned speech. And he said 3 things you should do each day. You should laugh. You should cry. You should tell someone that you love them. And This was a man that was facing cancer and was basically, you know, on his last leg. And he said, if you do that every day, you are living a full life, because now you're expressing every emotion and you're doing the most important thing, which is having love. And I think for our deported migrants, that's very important. Live every day as if it's your last, and don't be afraid to give your all to it. And the last of his quotes was, no matter what, don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Don't stop fighting, and don't ever give up. But he said, don't be afraid to cry, because not because you're crying or you're showing your emotion means that you're weak. No, it takes great strength to show emotion, actually. And I think for our listeners out there, that don't be afraid to move to move your emotions if they move you, to show it, because what you're going through is kind of rough. So don't be afraid of it. Face it head on. There's a reason. I believe that there is no mistakes in life. There's right and there's wrong, but there's no mistakes. There's either the right move or the wrong move. You made a wrong move, it can place you in any situation. You make all the right moves, you can be in a better situation. But regardless of the right or wrong, there is another road for you to get back on track. And that's what my words are you today, is that no matter what direction you may have been turned in, there is a way for you to get back on track. Don't be afraid to express yourself, because self-expression is a way for you to also get some of that stress off of you and alleviate some of that mental strain that you may be facing. Change your emotions. Don't be afraid to laugh, cry, call a loved one, a girlfriend, a friend, tell them you love them. Hey mom, I miss you, I love you. Hey baby, my wife back in America, I miss you, I love you. Whoever it may be, call somebody and tell them that you love them, because you don't know what life has in store for you. You see, life is more than just what we're looking at it on the surface. It's not just about money, living day to day, or you're trying to barely scrape by, or this is a special thing that we have. And from you have life, there's hope. There's no end of the road. It only ends if you want it to. So again, look yourself in the mirror and say, I am the solution. There is no question about it. There is no problem. I am the solution. Get up each and every day and speak things into life. I myself, I get up every day and I say, you know, today the Lord shall redeem me, and the enemy shall not hinder me anymore. And the Lord shall make no tarrying to deliver me. Every morning I get up and I say that, because I believe that today is my day. Today the Lord shall redeem me. Today I shall be successful. Speak positive things over your life. I think sometimes, remember, words are power. Remember, listeners, words are power. The tongue has the power of life and death in it. We can speak things into existence. It may not happen instantaneously, but I promise you, if you say something long enough and you really believe it and that's what you want, and you're actually making strides to it, you're going to get it. And I don't want any of us to be discouraged about our plight and our situation, on who we are as people and what we're going through. This is a situation and a time for us to elevate. So why would we shy away from that? Never shy away from trying to elevate your circumstance or standard in life. Never shy away from it, regardless of how you may have fallen. If you have the opportunity, don't tell yourself that you can't, and the door is open right there before you. Don't tell yourself, well, maybe, you know, I don't know, I'll probably have to think about it. No, don't think about it. Step to it and do it. Every day is a chance for you to become something special. Every day is a chance for you to change your circumstance. Don't you know that every day you wake up, that's the chance for you to live life to the fullest? That's the chance for you to do something incredible. That's the chance for you to do something life-changing. I got some great advice from Minister Lovejoy one time. She said, if you're surrounded by negativity, why stay in it? Why not, even if it takes for you to just get up and just walk? just to walk out of there, just to walk out of that area, situation, circumstance, just to even get some fresh air. You don't know who you might stumble into. That's the beauty of life. God has so much more in store for us than what we're seeing. What you're seeing is only temporary. What you have in your heart and what you desire for a better life, that's your destiny and your goal. Getting there, there's steps that you have to take. But if you're not willing to leave the situation that may be hindering you, you won't reach there. Every morning, get up and tell yourself, today is my day. Every day, get up and tell yourself something positive. Today, I'm going to find redemption. Today, I'm going to be delivered. Today, I'm going to be my best. Today, I'm going to achieve. Today, I'm going to overcome. Today, I'm going to live life. Today, I'm going to strive. Do those things. Tell yourself things positive. If you wake up every day and you're like, oh, man, I can't be in Jamaica. God, I can't believe I'm still here. How do you expect it to reach far? How do you expect it to move forward? There's so much out there waiting for you. All you have to do is take the time, take the energy, make the steps, keep driving, don't quit. Stare the enemy in the eye and say, I will overcome. I will accomplish. I am more than just a conqueror. And every morning, I'd like for our listeners and our viewers out there, if you're watching on YouTube or you're listening on on the internet, for anybody that's out there right now, tell yourself that I will be successful. Look in the mirror right now and tell yourself, as a deported migrant or just an avid listener, anybody who just may be tuning in or breezing through and seeing it. Look in the mirror right now and tell yourself, I will be successful. I will be successful. I will be successful. Say it and believe it. Because I think a lot of times we don't believe in ourselves. And if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. If you don't believe that you're somebody, nobody else will. If you get up every morning and believe that your situation won't change, it won't change. But if you get up every day and believe that you have something waiting for you, their situation is not going to stay the same forever, and you wake up and believe in it and speak positive things over your life, I'm telling you, you'll be surprised at the results you'll find. Every morning I say I get up, today the Lord shall redeem me. Every morning I wake up, I say that. Because I believe that every day there is something out there for me to find redemption, that there is some success that I can gain. Every day I say the enemy shall not hinder me anymore. Every morning get up and tell yourself that there is no hindrance to your progress. There will be no hindrance to your progress. Find the strength to believe in yourself. You see, it's so beautiful when we think of ourselves more than just the average, some deported guy, they sit around or they're smoking weed or they're committing crime. No, that's stereotyping. There's a lot of deported migrants that are very brilliant, very talented, very hardworking, have great morals and values and virtues, and are just seeking opportunity. But sometimes it takes a bit, you weather the storm, so to speak. Are you the person that's able to weather the storm? Or are you the one when the seas get rough and the winds start blowing, you're headed for cover? Think about the disciples in the boat when Christ walked on the water and the vast winds were blowing and the storm and the seas were raging. And they thought they were going to be destroyed. And they were screaming out, Lord, Lord, Lord. They thought they were going to be destroyed. But they clung on to something, and that was faith. And I think sometimes we need to cling on to something. And that something has to be faith at times too. And if you believe, you will receive it. And I'm hoping that our listeners out there and that you take it serious, because during your storms, your trials, and your tribulations, it's a test of just to see how you can endure. Can you persevere and endure? That's all it is. And once you persevere and endure, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a bright hope. There is a bright star. There is a brightness that's coming. There is an ability for you to reap reward, to see success, and to have everything fall into place for you that will allow you to have great success. It will allow you to have great success. And the beauty of that is when you are able to look at your storm, look at your situation, and tell yourself that this is only for a moment, it will pass. And then you'll hear the good Lord say, cease, be still. But that's what we all want to hear in our situation. When our storm is out of control and the seas are raging and you just don't seem to know what to do. Believe, cling on to the hope and belief that you will be able to do what you need to do. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Hope for Tomorrow Radio here on Reggae to Reggae. Radio like you've never seen it, TV like you've never heard it. Hope for Tomorrow Radio here on Reggae to Reggae.
Is to keep all the haters pissed. It's the anticipation, the way the crowd just sound. And I ain't talking home court when I'm stomping ground. It's coming.